Hey guys, Z Slayer Dre here, and I'm here to give you my impressions on Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, which I decided to try out recently since it was a PS Plus title. Something I'll probably rant about at some point in this video if history is any indicator. Anyways, what the jelly bean is Fall Guys? Well, it's another Battle Royale game, because we didn't have enough Battle Royale games, but it does somewhat set itself apart by being sort of unique. Wait, did I misread the script? A modern game that has some creativity, especially one in a style of game that has been beyond overdone? Yes, Fall Guys does show indeed some creativity, which is a nice breath of fresh air in a genre that really needed it. It has a game show aesthetic which really works quite well within the Battle Royale game style. You play as a bipedal being that all compete with each other, running through obstacle courses that have a wide variety of challenges to get by. Everything from jumping over gaps to dodging beams and rolling boulders to rushing to have more eggs in your basket than the other team. Speaking of teams, some rounds will feature team gameplay, and the team with the lowest points will be eliminated from the match. This does break up the gameplay, but it can be frustrating when you get stuck on a bad team. Luckily, the rounds are pretty short, so you can get back in the action pretty quickly, assuming you are not experiencing connection issues. I didn't have any issues while in match, but finding them proved to be difficult at times. I would sometimes just constantly get connection error messages, even though my connection was perfectly fine, and this does seem to be an issue that has been plaguing the community. It seems like publisher Devolver Digital and developer Mediatonic did not anticipate this level of early success and just don't have the server capabilities to manage the demand right now. They actually did put a message up on their Steam page just saying to bear with them at the time. Of course, it is an easy problem to fix, and given Fall Guys' success, I'm pretty sure they're going to sort it out. Outside of that, I really didn't experience many bugs or glitches outside of some kind of bad input delay at times. This could be simply because of the low frame rate on the PS4 or due to lag, but I did come in second place one match because instead of jumping, my Fall Guy decided he just wasn't in the mood and fell flat on his face. And no, I'm not bitter about it, and certainly won't bring it up multiple times throughout my impressions video. The input delay did seem pretty consistent, so once I got used to it, it really wasn't a problem going forward. And like I said, it could be lame when you do an amazing job, but your team just doesn't do anything, and you lose and get eliminated because of that. What's that, viewer? It sounds like it's everyone else's fault and not my own for being bad at the game? Very astute and correct observation, viewer. It was absolutely the game's fault and not mine for losing. All joking aside, I did notice pretty quickly some people standing at the finish line blocking other players from entering. The strange thing is that I figured they would jump over the line themselves at the last second, but that actually usually didn't happen. I'm assuming maybe they queued up in the game as a group and were just trying to get through the match and stay at the finish line to help a friend and knock other people off. But if anyone knows the real reason, I am curious to find out, so let me know in the comments down below. There are also the standard multiplayer problems of having people on your team going AFK or just standing still doing emotes, like jumping jacks. Maybe I just had bad luck, but it did seem to happen pretty frequently. Hopefully they can figure out some way in the future to prevent that sort of behavior. I played on PS4, so I didn't notice any hackers, although the Steam discussion forum is littered with hacking and cheating reports, so keep that in mind if you do go with the PC version. And speaking of other platforms, it's only on PS4 and PC right now. The developer did say that maybe down the line they will bring it to other systems, but for now it's just going to be on those two. Which, this feels like a perfect Switch game. Like, this is the ideal Switch game. Given how successful it seems to be right now, I can't imagine they won't bring it to Xbox and Switch at some point. So hopefully that happens sooner rather than later. Even though all the levels had a similar theme, they felt different enough to not be stale, and there was a decent amount of variety of levels, although I did seem to get certain ones more often than others. That being said, I only played a few hours, and if I had played any longer, I'm not sure I would have said the same thing. This is definitely geared towards a younger crowd, while at the same time being kind of a fun for all ages type of game. I'm not exactly the target demographic, but I still had a decent time, although, I don't really see myself playing that much more. I mean, it was only like 8 gigabytes, I think. So I'll keep it on, the PlayStation. If I feel like playing here and there, it'll be there. It was a PS Plus game, so if you've paid your yearly PlayStation extortion fee to use the online service that should be free, excuse me there. I mean, if you're a PlayStation Plus member, it's worth checking out at the very least, since you paid for it. I think this would have been a hit at any time it was released, although given the fact that a lot of people are still stuck in the house right now, it's probably going to get far more popular than it would have been otherwise. And of course, everyone on YouTube and Twitch wants to be possibly part of the next big trend, and honestly, I don't blame them, so everyone's going to jump to it. I'm not sure if I see this being a huge game for that long. I think after a couple weeks it'll settle down. It'll have a good-sized fan base, but I don't see it topping Twitch charts for years to come, like, Fortnite. So overall, a simple yet fun game. The only real stain on it is the microtransactions, which just feel really out of place. This isn't a free-to-play game. It costs $20, which is a bit expensive for what it is. And to have microtransactions on top of that was somewhat insulting, especially since you can get the currency pretty fast, so I don't really see a reason to buy them at all. Feels like they're just there to be there. And not to mention that Devolver Digital E3 video made fun of people who bought loot boxes. Just really strange and uncharacteristic behavior by them. But anyways, like I said, it might be fun just to try out. It's only $20, and even if you only get a few nights of fun out of it with friends, it seems worth of it if you're into this style of game. If you're like me, and this really isn't your cup of tea, it probably won't win you over, so I would say save your money for something else. But like I said, it seems to be a big hit, and a lot of people seem to be having fun with it, so like I said, it is somewhat unique and is a little different spin on the battle royale genre, so if you're really into those type of games and you just want something different, I think it's worth checking out. Anyways, thanks for watching. I have an Avengers beta impressions video coming out soon. I'm just working on the editing right now, and it should be out pretty soon, so make sure you're subscribed so you can see that as soon as it comes out. And I'll see you all in the next video.